meantime, I was wondering, I have like this sort of a question in regards to traumatic events or traumatic experiences in someone's life on an early age. For example, if someone got bullied at high school or middle school, so high school, okay, but middle school or something, like severely bullied, and got kicked and punched and whatever. So, and this kind of developed into certain trauma in regards to the way he interacts with other people, and so on and so forth. So, what is like the goal for this person to go through this? What was the message from Hashem to this person that had or made this person go through this at an early age, where he could not digest the whole situation?
I think that's like a training for that person to be sensitive. So like all of the kids that were like kids can be very, very vicious. So even much more than adults. Right? So the kids gangs like much more vicious than adults gangs. You understand? So that's like one of the lessons that the person can learn, how to be sensitive with other people, right? And not to do what other people did to them. You understand? So that's very important. And it's also part of the psychology. When somebody goes through the stroke, right, there is some volunteers. They would come to that person and talk to them, because when somebody goes through the stroke, it depends on the severity, but sometimes they think that life is over. You understand? They get paralyzed, and some of them temporary, some other things, some side effects. So, and who can help them to go through this trauma? The people who went through it. You understand? So they live through this experience, or to the cancer patients, who can coach them. Nurse, of course, the nurse learned in the school. She said she saw many patients come and go and die and not die, recovered, but she has 1,000 other patients to deal with. But this person who went through this experience, through this trauma, himself or herself can be the best coach. You understand? To help the other person, and that's a priceless experience. You understand that we have to apply to our life, not to be very, very sensitive to other person feelings. Everybody's laughing and but you don't laugh and you be supportive. So that's the lesson that we have to learn from that.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome. And one more thing, I'm just adding from myself. I said it some years ago. I'm just and person was shocked and said, "How did you know?" I said, "I did not know." It's not like I made it up, but it sounds very, very logical to me to say what I say. I was very upset to what was done to that person, and also it was many years ago, and I said I think some of the people are not alive, even though they were in my calculation in their forest. And that person was shocked. He said, "How do you know?" I said, "I did not know. I'm just yeah." Many people from 40s today is not old. Maybe 100 years ago it was old, but today is not old. So they actually died. Right? The different strange deaths, or go through a lot of bad experience in their lives. Right? So why? Because this thing is not, Hashem is not going to forgive. You understand? Even if they were kids. Okay. But so you can always go back and see on these classmates what happened to them, and you will see some of them not alive. Doesn't matter how old are they. In their 30s and not 20s, late 20s.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.